Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of College Ball with J Dog. Today, we're going to hop on the boosters going all in on next season, which means they're going to go after some big time portal guys. We're going to talk about the top guys in the portal as of right now. It's changing every hour at this point. I'm going to give you my first round college football playoff picks. I'm going to tell you who I think the national champ will be. Y'all please subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, get in the comment section. Let's quit wasting time, y'all. Let's get into it. First thing, we're going to talk about the Vols going all in for next season. I love it. This Sean Sparks, he is the brother of a Knoxville News Sentinel guy, so he is pretty well plugged in. He said, hop on the boosters are all in. Going to be a fun off season for the Vol fans. So what that means is they're going to go after some big time guys in the portal. We already signed a really good recruiting class. I'm anxious to see the guys they go after. I did see that we are expected to go after a portal quarterback. That was something we talked about yesterday. Will we go after a portal quarterback? Word on the street is that we will. And it could be Sorsby from Cincinnati, or it could be Levitt from Arizona State. I've heard both. I'm starting to hear more about Sorsby. And I can honestly say Sorsby is one of the guys that's not talked about a lot, but he was one of the top quarterbacks in the country last year. He's not talked about that much because he's at Cincinnati. Big 12 team, Cincinnati. They wasn't ever really a college football playoff contender. They did beat Nebraska. They was doing pretty good, and they lost a game or two down the stretch. But if I had my pick of those two, I'd say Levitt would probably be my pick, but Sorsby would be a very close second. We need some defensive back help. If we're going to go after a quarterback, then maybe one wide receiver, some defensive guys, mostly defensive guys. I'm very excited to hear they're going all in because most time in the portal, we go after just plug and play guys to get through till another guy develops. And I'm sure that's still what we'll be doing. I don't know if we'll go after any 3-4 year guys, but go after a guy that's got a year of eligibility that can come in and make an impact immediately. We're going to go after the top guys this year. That's basically what that means. So I'm very excited about that. I'm anxious to see how that goes. We're still a couple weeks out from the portal actually opening, but by the time it opens, there'll be guys already know where they're going. That's just how it is. Like some guys, they enter the portal, they already know where they're going before they enter the portal. That's people talking through the back channels, agents, and all that. Y'all know how college football works now. So let's talk about the top 24 guys in the portal right now, according to 24/7. And we'll see if any of those guys seem to make sense for Tennessee. And also just, it's nice to see Hall's in there. Like at the bottom, Michael Smith, transfer to South Carolina, tight end. We were second in his recruitment. I'm not sure we really need a tight end, so I don't think we pursue him, but he's only a 3-star in the portal right now. He's a very talented kid. Then you got Jarrett Gibson. Jarrett Gibson's a former 5-star running back, y'all. Transferring from Texas. Tennessee's pretty deep at running back. Do we go get a stud? We tried to get Savion Hyder after Hyder committed to Michigan. We kind of just didn't even recruit another running back. Do we go try to get that one elite guy? We should see. Then you got Ahmad Branch. He's transferring from Purdue. I'm not that familiar with him. You got Daniel Harris transferring from Georgia. He transferred from Georgia. He's a highly rated guy coming out of high school, cornerback. Then you got, I ain't going to try to pronounce that dude's name, Luke. Then you got Trek, another Kekahuna from Wisconsin. Not many notable guys for me right there, but I don't watch a lot of those teams and know their players like I do a lot of the SEC Big Ten teams. You got Horatio Fields from Auburn. He was a really good player this year. At another position of need for Tennessee, wide receiver. We not necessarily a position of need. We just need one older guy at wide receiver. We got a lot of young talent, and the young guys stepped up this year, so maybe we don't even pursue a receiver. C.J. Baxter, another really good running back from Texas. Jarrett Gibson was one Tennessee he was high on Tennessee for a long time. Texas come in and swooped him. So if we do want a running back, there's two running backs up there that are really good players. Not sure we will pursue a running back, y'all. But it's one of the top guys. Let's get to 16 through 9 here. There's a lot of really good guys in there, y'all. Dylan Edwards, another really good running back. He didn't work out at Kansas State for whatever reason. I know he's battled injuries and stuff, but he was really good at Colorado his freshman year. Then you got Aiden Childs. That's another quarterback. That's a possibility that we could go after if we go after a portal guy. Aiden Childs was a really highly rated guy. Last time he entered the portal, he was ranked up there with Nico and Dante Moore, all those guys. He's a talented kid. He ain't developed quite like they thought he would yet. He's a guy with a lot of talent. Amari House, transferring from North Carolina. Linebacker. We could probably use a linebacker losing Arion Carter, y'all. Edwin Joseph, transferring from Florida State. That would be a guy I could see us going after, a safety, y'all. We could definitely use some safety help. Safety was probably the worst part of our defense this year. We really struggled at safety. That's why I couldn't believe Auburn got Tim Banks a safety coach when that was his position. Even while he's defensive coordinator at Tennessee, his position he coached was safeties, and they were terrible this year. The top 8 guys, Kenny Minchie, another highly rated guy, quarterback from Notre Dame. He's transferred. Boo Carter at number 6. Absolutely talented kid. Seems like a locker room cancer. Can somebody get him straightened out? Very highly rated guy. Nick Marsh, top rated receiver right now. He would be a huge gift for anybody. But Michigan State, he's an absolute hell of a ball player. And the number 1 guy, Brandon Sorsby, transferred from Cincinnati. I did not think they'd have him higher than Raiola and Lagway. But yeah, here he sits. And there was somebody put a prediction in for him to end up at Tennessee. That'd be a huge get, y'all. And he's got 1 year left, I'm pretty sure. So he would be a bridge gap guy. He could start next year. And then the year after that, Faison and McIntyre could battle it out. Best man wins the job. Got Raiola at number 2. Lagway at 3. Both of those guys are interested in Texas Tech, Miami, LSU. I mean, your normal candidates. Sam Levitt's in the portal. He's not entered yet, but they know he's going to be in the portal. So that's just a look at the top 25 guys right now, 24 guys. Are there anybody on that list that y'all would like for Tennessee to go after? I definitely would like Sorsby or Sam Levitt. Nick Marsh would be a guy. Y'all, the portal hasn't even really, it's heating up, but it's going to be on fire within the next week or two. There's still guys that are on teams that are in the playoffs that don't want to enter till after the playoffs, after they're knocked out. It's about to get wild, y'all. So y'all subscribe to the channel so we can keep up with this stuff together. Let's go ahead and make our first round playoff predictions, y'all. We're going to start with Bama, Oklahoma. That is your Friday game, December 19th. Alabama is a 1.5 point favorite. The FPI's got these teams dead even, y'all. Oklahoma went to Tuscaloosa, got a win. Alabama's offense has not looked the same since. Their offense was looking really good for like 4 or 5 weeks. Then they slowly started declining. Was it a depth issue? They didn't have the depth. They're running out of gas. Had a little break here. Both teams had a chance to get healthy. I'm going to take Alabama to get revenge. I just don't think Oklahoma can score enough points. And eventually, they're not going to force 3 turnovers every game they play. If Alabama protects the football, they win this game. They win it relatively 7 to 10 points. I mean, Oklahoma had that good stretch in the year, but it was because every team they played turned the ball over 3 times a game. If you just protect the football, you can beat Oklahoma. Their offense has been terrible, but their defense has been really good. So it's a lot easier to say, oh, just protect the football, you beat them, than to go out there and protect the football. Up next, we got Miami, Texas A&M. This is your first game Saturday, 12 o'clock noon. Texas A&M is 3-point favorites. The FPI likes Texas A&M, 54 to 46. Really, yeah, 46. We'll call it 46. You got Carson Beck, Marcel Reed. Marcel Reed was really good this year. He had a bad first half against South Carolina. He had a terrible game against Texas. Carson Beck has had a couple of terrible games, and they lost both of those. Marcel Reed escaped one of his bad games with the win because it was against a bad South Carolina team. Which quarterback protects the football? Which quarterback do you trust more, Carson Beck or Marcel Reed? Is Miami going to play inspired football because they didn't even think they was going to be in? Now they're in. Do they go out and make a statement? Y'all know me. I'm all SEC. I think the ACC is a weak-ass conference. It being at Texas A&M is the only reason I'm taking Texas A&M. Texas A&M was a little bit of fool's gold this year, y'all. They played all the bottom half teams of the SEC. And then they play one really good team in Texas and get dominated. I could see Miami beating them, but with it being at Texas A&M, I'm going to take Texas A&M to win the game and cover the spread. I just think I don't trust Carson Beck on the road. And I think I trust Elko more as a coach than I do Cristobal. Miami in close games has not been good the whole time Cristobal's been there. And this one, if it is close, I like Elko, Marcel Reed more than Cristobal and Beck. The last 2 games will probably be snooze fest. Let's be honest about it. Tulane travels to Ole Miss. 17.5-point favorites, Ole Miss. The FPI, 84% Ole Miss. They played earlier in the year. Ole Miss beat the shit out of them. I don't expect anything different out of this game. Yes, they don't have Lane Kiffin, but they still got all their players. Tulane still has the same players. Ole Miss just head over heels talent-wise. Ole Miss covers that 17.5-point spread. Like taking candy from a baby. They get to the second round with having to play basically a nobody. Then you got one more snooze fest to end the night. James Madison travels out to Oregon. Oregon is 21-point favorites. The FPI gives them an 88% chance to win. I don't think that's high enough. There's no way in hell James Madison goes out to Oregon, beats Oregon. They've only played one Power 4 team this year. That was Louisville, and they lost to them by 14 points. They played Washington State, was the only other, I guess they used to be a Power 4 team. They played, and they beat them by 3. They have no chance in this game. I think Oregon covers that spread. I think Oregon, this game's over by halftime, just like the Ole Miss game. Fix the system where you don't get 2 group of 5 teams in the damn playoffs. It's that simple. There shouldn't be one, honestly. The group of 5 should have their own playoff. But if you're going to put two, if you're going to put one in, that's fine. But there should never be two end up in the playoffs. Period. That's just my opinion on it. Last but not least, before we get out of here, I got one funny picture to show you. Then I'm going to tell you who I think wins the national title. Diego Pavia says, rough past few days for Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia. Not only is he 4 inches shorter than people thought, but he's also 5 times as big of a douchebag. Everybody already knew he was an arrogant prick. We watched the SEC thing on Netflix. We heard him talk all off season. Then he loses the Heisman. He says, F all the voters. His brother's been arrested at 2 games this year. They're not a very humble family, and that's fine. You live life the way you want to. But he is definitely not 6 foot tall. He's about 5'9". And hey, that's even more credit to him for being as good as he is. For being 5'9", being able to run the ball like he done in the SEC, being able to win games with Vanderbilt like he did. Hats off to you. But yes, he is a douchebag. And I can't stand him, especially. I couldn't stand him before. Then he come in to kneel and bullied us and took our damn lunch money. Now I really can't stand him. Last but not least, who do y'all think will be the national champ? Tell me in the comments, who do you pick to win the national title? You got Oregon, Indiana, Ohio State, Texas Tech. Me personally, I'm taking the Dogs. I'm taking the Georgia Bulldogs to win the national title. They peaked at the right time of year, y'all. Yeah, the Georgia Tech game wasn't pretty, but I feel like Kirby Smart just winning that game, played defense, ran the football. They only threw the ball like 20 times that game. They knew they could stuff them. They out-talented them. It is what it is. But besides that, they've literally been beating the crap out of everybody. Beat Bama by 21 points after Bama coming to their house and beat them earlier this year. I was thinking Georgia's peaking at the right time of year. If I had to give you a fraud, I have to say Texas Tech. Is Texas Tech a good football team? Yes. They have a really good defense. I don't think they're talented enough to really make noise. They got a first round bye. Well, I'll have to see it to believe it, y'all. Their talent, their composite talent, would be like 13th in the SEC. That makes you head over heels the best in the Big 12. That's why they look so dumb. If they come out, they shut me up, hats off to them. I think their defense will keep them in a game because they have a really legitimate defensive front seven. Their front seven is as good as maybe anybody's. I don't know about their secondary, and I don't know about their offense holding up against top defensive teams. That's my opinion. Who do y'all think wins the national title? Which team do you think's the biggest fraud in the playoffs besides the group of 5 teams? You can't pick a group of 5 teams. Let me know in the comment section. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me know what portal guys in that top 24 you'd like to see Tennessee go after. Or your team go after. Whatever team you're a fan of. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's definitely been one hell of a Tuesday. I'm glad I got to get y'all some content. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Get in that comment section. Tell me your champ. Tell me what players you want to go after. Are you excited to Heupel and Tennessee's going all in this offseason? I'm ready to see what that means. What do you think it means? You think it means they go after big-time guys? You think it means they go after a lot of guys? We'll have to wait and see. Portal opens up on the 2nd. Thank y'all. God bless you. And go Vols.